Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome, Technology Journalism class, to today's explainer. I am beyond thrilled to guide you through this, mainly because we're investigating one of the most fascinating and, frankly, mildly terrifying digital phenomena of our time. We're looking at the observable evidence of the dead internet. And look, we're not here for internet rumors or tinfoil hat stuff. We're here for the cold, hard, synthetic facts.
So here's our syllabus for today's session. We're going to define the dead internet, look at the evidence in video content mills, check out synthetic text forums, dive into interactive gaming bots, and finally, look ahead at the future of synthetic media.
Section 1. Defining the dead internet.
Here's your foundational definition. The dead internet theory basically argues that a massive, growing slice of what you see online, the content, the comments, that seemingly human engagement, is actually entirely created or manipulated by AI and bot networks. Now, as investigative journalists, you really need to know that while this label was officially coined around 2021, the mechanics behind it have been accelerating for years. We aren't entertaining shadow government conspiracy theories about who's pulling the strings. No, we're focusing strictly on the measurable reality happening on the platforms you literally use every single day.
Section 2. Evidence, video content mills.
The evidence here brilliantly illustrates the stark contrast between authentic creators and what's actually taking over these platforms. First, you've got traditional creation, right? Humans writing scripts, editing, just pouring their souls into their work. Then, you have the AI content mill formula. We see this heavily in sci-fi storytelling channels, specifically the humanity heck yeah genre. These bot operators use prompts to just churn out 30 to 50-minute scripts read by these totally lifeless, synthetic narrators slapped over automated, slightly moving images. It's literally a completely automated, zero human input assembly line.
Now, as journalists, you always have to look for the tells. This quote is a perfect, honestly almost hilarious example of a synthetic hallucination. These AI narrators are so entirely unmonitored that they will literally read punctuation marks out loud. It says pregnant ... his mouth open instead of, actually pausing for a period. Even more bizarre is their automated spamming of totally absurd concepts, like alien pregnancies, just to trigger the algorithm. It is completely devoid of any actual human logic.
If you're wondering about the sheer scale of this operation, just wrap your head around this number: 7,000. That is the number of AI-generated children's songs uploaded by a single channel, Baby Shark Kids, in just a few weeks. Think about that. They cover every language, churning out glitchy, automated learning videos and bizarre story arcs at a volume that is physically impossible for human animators. The U in YouTube is absolutely completely absent here.
Turning our investigation to the comment sections, consider this deeply emotional post found on an AI-generated, boring history video. It's from someone claiming to be a Ukrainian soldier on night watch, thanking the creator because the videos make the silence feel less heavy. On the surface, it's touching. It feels profoundly human. Now, what's really interesting about this next piece of evidence is the investigative twist. This near-identical comment was actually left by another bot channel. Nearly every video in this massive AI history genre has these highly specific automated comments underneath them. This perfectly proves the absurd bot loop effect of the dead internet. You have a bot channel uploading an AI video being emotionally complemented by an AI comment from another bot channel, which is then often advertising its own bot channel. It's entirely synthetic accounts talking to other synthetic accounts in this endless hollow echo chamber.
Section 3. Evidence, synthetic text forums. So moving from video mills over to Reddit, we uncover the mechanics of text-based social engineering. Here is the precise methodology bots use to infiltrate massive storytelling subreddits like MIVAsshole or Ask Reddit. Step 1. They scrape years-old viral posts. Step 2. They use AI to render perfectly formatted stories, sometimes using exact bullet points and dashes just to look authentic. Step 3 is probably the most insidious. They copy the top comments from the original historical post one-to-one and use other bot accounts to post them. The entire goal here, which is step 4, is to farm karma points to make the account look like a legitimate, active human user.
So the crucial point is, why go through all this trouble just for fake internet points? Well, welcome to the bot economy. A clean Reddit account with high karma and a solid history can be sold for anywhere from $10 to a few $100. And the buyers? They're corporations doing stealth advertising, posing as normal people raving about a product. They're bad actors executing mass vote manipulation to sway political narratives.
And of course, scammers pushing crypto pump and dumps and malware. They buy these farmed accounts because the synthetic history gives them immediate credibility.
Section 4. Evidence. Interactive gaming bots.
Opening our third case file, we're investigating how synthetic imposters are invading live interactive spaces. Tracing the timeline of this threat reveals a rapid and, frankly, alarming escalation in gaming. We start around 2020 with the Team Fortress 2 aimbot crisis. Now, this was mostly just no-life trolls deploying hordes of blatant cheating bots to ruin matches. But look at how it evolves. By 2025, in Counter-Strike 2, we see the rise of highly sophisticated smart bots executing financial operations. And peering into the future, we are already seeing the weaponization of deepfakes against massive esports economies. Zooming in on those CS2 smart bots for a second. Traditional bots used to just spin around and instantly headshot people. It was super obvious. But these new AI agents actively evolve to hide their synthetic nature. Consider their investigative tells. They walk normally, they tap fire, they intentionally miss shots just to look human, and they steal real names and avatars. Why? Because the Counter-Strike weapon skin economy is massive. Bot operators literally rent massive server arrays, sometimes hundreds of accounts at once, just to have AI play the game using audio-visual processing to farm valuable weekly item drops. They are actively learning to act perfectly human.
And here is the ultimate evolution of this scam. When major Counter-Strike tournaments are happening, bad actors will launch fully synthesized attacks. They hijack the faces and voices of professional players, like a famous pro named Nico, using deepfakes. They perfectly replicate the official YouTube channels of esports teams, padding them with bot subscribers so they look legitimate. Then they run ads directing viewers to a fake prize website, draining the digital inventory of anyone tricked into logging in. It's a highly coordinated, multi-layered heist executed almost entirely through synthetic media.
Section 5. The future of synthetic media. Let's move to our conclusion and see how this all builds the larger picture of our digital landscape. Keep this number etched in your minds. 500. There are 500 hours of content uploaded to YouTube every single minute. And get this, that famous statistic was from before the generative AI boom. With automated mills, smart bots, and algorithmic scripting operating 24/7 without needing sleep, that number is sharply increasing. Real human creators, artists, writers, editors, gamers are now forced to compete with an absolute tsunami of relentless, non-stop AI machines. So, I want to leave you, tomorrow's technology journalists, with this provocative question. We've seen that the videos can be entirely scripted and rendered by machines. The comments underneath them are written by bots talking to other bots. Even the players walking around in your interactive gaming servers are automated scripts farming digital goods. As the dead internet becomes less of a theory and more of an observable reality, if all of this is synthetic, how do we verify what's actually real? Think critically about that as you go out to report on our digital future. Thank you for joining me for this explainer class. Until next time.